What's going on YouTube, the Officer, and welcome back to my channel. Look guys, I know it's been a few days since I made a video, and for that I apologize, but this is just a hobby for me. So if I've got nothing to say, if I've got nothing to talk about, I'm really not going to make a video because I don't want to bullshit you. I don't want to waste your time by feeding you shit every single day just for views or just for subs or just, I don't know, because that's expected. I kind of do what I want to do around here, and I know that you guys know that already. But let me give you a quick explanation. Things have been spotty because scheduling conflicts are weird, and we've been busy, like really busy. August has been, so far, I know we're only 3 days in, but August has been and is going to be a very, very busy month for me. I go back to school at the end of the month, so I got to get things around for that. I had to handle car registration, all kinds of weird things, and I know car registration doesn't sound like a big deal, but that is like an all-day event when you're dealing with the DMV, when you're dealing with smogs, when you're dealing with all kinds of other shit. Like, you're going to be doing that all day long. So, on the flip side of all of that, I've been doing all I can to spend every last bit of free time I have with Ashley. For the simple fact, when I go back to school, I'm not going to have very much time to spend with her at all. But I'm going to be making more videos, and I know that sounds really weird, but the way it's going to work is when I'm home from school, she's going to be at work, and weird things like that. We're just not going to have as much time together, so I'm going to have more time to myself, which is unfortunate, but cool at the same time, because I can make more videos. What you're seeing in the background is a little Battlefield 3. I know that that's not very usual around here, but it's going to become more usual. Let me give you today's topics for this commentary now that we're a little bit in here, and if you're going to stay, you've already decided you're going to stay. First and foremost, I want to talk about how Battlefield 4 is going to be different, and it's not going to be what you think it's going to be, so just stick around and listen to what I have to say. And I want to talk about the difference between console and PC with Battlefield 3, and I know we know most of these differences, but I want to talk about like my personal opinion on each for each platform. And that's something you haven't gotten, so that's pretty new. So, let's roll right into that. Let's start with Battlefield 3. I'm going to talk about one thing that I absolutely dislike about this game. And that's the fact that it's blue. It's very blue. There's like this blue hue to it. I'm not talking just the map or the rest of the HUD. Like if you look at gameplay from Battlefield 3 and then you look at the Battlefield 4 trailer. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand it's just a trailer. But even if you look at like the E3 gameplay, things like that, you'll see a huge difference. Battlefield 4 is more realistic looking. It's more crisp looking. It doesn't have this wacky blue hue over it. The blue hue is in Black Ops 2. It's not so much of a hue over the gameplay, but like the HUD is more blue. The points that you earn come up blue now. Everything is kind of blue. And if you look at Halo, everything is fucking blue in Halo. And it seems like anytime they talk about the future or move towards future tech, the future has a blue hue over it, and that shit annoys me. So, that's what I really don't like about Battlefield 3, but what I do like about it is dedicated servers. Even on the console, they give you dedicated servers. That is fantastic. If they can do it, why can't Call of Duty? We know Call of Duty sells way more than Battlefield does. Just give us dedicated servers. Those dedicated servers eliminate a lot of bullshit. I haven't felt robbed in Battlefield. I feel like every time I die, it's a death that I earn. Like I made a mistake or I was outplayed. It's that simple. I'm not like trying to run around a corner and being killed, or in a building and being killed and by a hellstorm or something, you know. And I don't mean to make this a comparison between the two, and I'm not gonna do that to the best of my ability. Obviously there's some things that we always compare when we talk about shooters, but definitely this game runs better, it feels better, and it takes a little bit more skill. Each weapon handles drastically different from the next. They have their own characteristics, and you can feel them when you're trying to use them. And that's something that I think other games lack, whether it be Call of Duty or Halo even. So, I traded in Black Ops for this. I'm not fucking around with Call of Duty Black Ops 2 anymore. Sorry, it's just not fun for me. It's making me want to kill myself. I absolutely get mad. Not literally, I don't feel like killing myself, but I get absolutely pissed off when I play Call of Duty Black Ops 2. And I don't sit down to play games to get mad. I sit down to play games to relax. So, that's gone. Now, what are the differences between PC and console? Easy. For me, I think PC is better. Don't get me wrong. PC is definitely better, and it's just the people factor. It's 64-man servers versus 24-man servers. But I had to grab it for console because all my friends have consoles. None of my friends are PC gamers, and it's so sad because they're missing out on so much. But let me put it this way. If you're trying to play a bigger game type like Rush or Conquest, or you want to play like Armored Kill or on these vehicle maps where they're huge and they're meant for you to jump at a vehicle and drive around, console, you're going to have a long day because you're going to be running for 15 minutes before you see anybody. But PC, you got that shit made. Those game types are great. So what I do is I play those game types on PC, and I play like TDM on console. TDM's what's up on console. It's just, the maps are just the right size. 24 people is just enough, and you can get into a lot of action and still be tactical about it, and I like it. I love TDM on console. I know that I'm not the first commentator to make the little jump over here to BF3. Newbie of Duty, another friend of mine, he's been playing for a minute. He abandoned COD a long time ago, to be honest with you, and over on his channel he's posted a lot of BF3, and his content's a little more regular than mine, but I think that's pretty cool. And speaking of, if by chance you happen to hear this, Newbie, I got your message later than expected, so I'll definitely hit you up to play some BF3. And Notorious DLB, man, he's been dabbling with some Battlefield 3, and if I'm not mistaken, Midnight's been dabbling with some Battlefield 3 too. And it's just like everybody wants to switch it up a little bit. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 got boring really quick for a lot of us, especially when there was like a posting grind for YouTube. And I think a lot of us are just sick of dying when it's out of our control. And a lot of people are moving over to Battlefield 3. Those last two guys I mentioned, DLB and Midnight, I know they're not exclusively BF3 guys. I mean, they still play an ass ton of COD, more COD than Battlefield. But, you know, give it a try is basically what I'm getting at. If you had a bad experience with it at first, like maybe when it launched, maybe give it a try again and try TDM versus Conquest. Now, here's my thing with Battlefield 4, and this is why it's going to be better. Because next-gen consoles, that's why it's going to be better. Instead of having to segregate this game between two platforms, my PC and my console, hey, we're going to get 64-man servers all the time. So I think things are going to be a whole lot better. And with better destruction in the game, because that's one of its selling points, I think that's going to make it more fun. Currently, you can bring down a building most of the way. But we've seen that we're going to be able to bring down buildings all of the way. And I think that's a really cool upgrade to the game. And they ditched that blue hue. So by the fact that they're able to bring more people to it, I think Battlefield 4 is going to be one of the better games in the next generation. I don't have any high hopes for Call of Duty Ghosts. I don't even have that shit pre-ordered. I'm really Call of Duty'd out. And with all these next-gen games coming out, like Titanfall is coming out, for example, like to me that's more appealing than Call of Duty, because Call of Duty in the recent years has left such a sour taste in my mouth that I'm yearning for something new. Anyway, guys, if you made it this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Sorry if I was a little monotone. I just woke up not too long ago, and not at the time this is posted, obviously, but at the time that it's recorded, and I don't know, feeling a little bit out of it because I'm still slightly tired, but I had a lot to talk about, and I'm trying to use as much of my free time as I have, and that's what I have right now. Anyway, thank you all so much for stopping by. Hey, thanks for the channel support, man. As much as I haven't been posting, the channel's been growing, and it's really been blowing my mind at how the fuck the channel grows when I'm not even active. But nonetheless, thank you all. Really, truly mean it. I absolutely love it. Although I said that this is for a hobby, and I don't do this for like views and subs and stuff, nobody creates content in hopes that nobody watches it, and I hope that makes a lot of sense. Like, when we put our time and effort into something, we want people to watch it. So it's really cool that my stuff is being watched, even though I haven't been as active. So thank you so much, and we'll see you, God knows when, Tuesday for sure.